Shalom, Kol Haloyim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Every single week after camp, then we do a word of the week. A brother comes up and they just speak on a word during camp that kind of stuck out to him. And the brother this week, I believe he brought out this precept. I believe. Either way, that kind of sparked this video thought in my head. And also because last week, I believe it was or maybe earlier this week, the elder Yashawamba also was speaking on this topic. And as you can see, the title is going to be Don't Dwell on the Past, but Meditate on the Future. And that's very, very important because sometimes you can get caught up in your own thoughts. You get stuck in your own thoughts. You start reflecting about the way things used to be. Or you just start thinking about hypothetical situations, only if X, Y, and Z happen. Man, I wish ABC took place. And now you start bringing up unknowingly emotions of regret, emotions of despair. You start getting depressed, things like that. And now all of a sudden you start feeling ungrateful where you are in this ministry. And you're not thinking about the future anymore. You're not thinking about the knowledge that you have. You're not thinking about the position that the Lord put you in order to receive salvation, because you're so caught up on the past and how well things used to be, or wanting things to have changed in the past. But that's not good. You have to remain a spiritual individual, meditate on the future, and remember the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Lord has given you. So continue to be grateful and think about those things is a point in this video. And I wanted to start right here in the book of Philippians chapter 3. We're going to read verses 13 through 16 in the NLT on the right. It says, "No, dear brothers and sisters, I have not achieved it," meaning he was talking about perfection in Yahweh Shai. "I have not achieved it, but I focused on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead." So no matter what happened in your past, no matter what happened in terms of things that didn't go right in your past, or things that you wish and you're just reflecting and hoping that things changed, you have to think about those things from the standpoint of, well, the Lord is the one that's in control, and he wanted these things to take place in order to put me in the position in this ministry where I am right now. Because think about it. Every single step that you've taken, even before you knew about this truth, every single step, every single decision, every single thing that's happened in your life, the Lord made that take place in order to put you where you are right now in this ministry. And let's just play that card. Let's just go down memory lane. And let's just say certain things changed that you're thinking about and that could have been better for you. Well, one small little change could put you in a different position right now. And you wouldn't be in the same place where you are. You probably wouldn't have this same knowledge and wisdom and understanding and faith in the Lord that you have right now. So you have to ask yourself, where you are now, would you want anything to change? Would you want to be in a different situation, a different predicament? Well, if you call yourself the hopeful elect, then your answer should be no. You should want to remain exactly where you are right now. So yeah, we think about these things because we're in the flesh, but you have to remain grateful in this ministry. And just like it says, you have to forget about the past and look forward to what lies ahead. Verse 14, it says, "I press on to reach the end of the race and receive the heavenly prize which God, through Yahweh Shai, is calling us." and that's new bodies. That's a perfected mind where we never ever sin ever again. And like the scriptures say, we're going to be just like Yahweh Shai, for we shall see him as he is. That's the kingdom as well. That's a new heavens and a new earth, wherein it says dwells righteousness. These are all of the promises and things that we should be meditating on. That's where our mind should be, thinking about these things, right? Verse 15, it says, let all who are spiritually mature agree on these things, right? Because it's a very, if you want to say it, spiritually immature thing, or you can say it's a very carnal thing to be reflecting on the past in such a manner where you now get depressed, to where you're now looking at the ministry and you have an ungrateful attitude towards the faith that you've been given. That would prove that you're not spiritually mature, because you don't fully understand what the Lord has involved you in. It's not some fad. It's not something that's going to go away. This is real life. This is real life, and you're in a great position. I'm in a great position. We're, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we're in a great position. And we got to remain grateful and think about everything that he has he has planned for us moving forward. The world is going to go into turmoil very, very soon. As long as we stay on this path that he put us on, we've been promised protection. We've been promised to be merry-hearted in the time of famine, Jacob's trouble. We've been promised to be to receive salvation if you're a part of the elect, right? And we're hoping to be a part of that number. So many positive things, great things to look forward to. So let all who are spiritually mature agree on these things. If you disagree on some point, I believe God will make it plain to you. But we must hold on to the progress we have already made. Remember, the scriptures say that man will devise his steps, but the Lord ultimately is the one that basically creates his path. I'm roughly paraphrasing, obviously. But you think something is a proper way, but really the Lord is the one that's going to bring you down the right path. And it might be a path that you never thought you'd ever go across, that you'd ever be in. Maybe even right now, you're in a situation that you never thought you'd be in. But for one reason or another, the Lord has you doing it. The Lord has you in it, whatever that may be. Well, you have to trust in his process. And you have to think about the progress that you've made in this ministry, the hurdles that you've gone through, the trials and tribulations that you were able to overcome by calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Then think about all of the spiritual gifts that you've acquired, the better characteristics that you've gained through the Lord allowing you to overcome that trial. You can't forget about that. And you got to remain grateful for those things as well, because nothing is more important than those spiritual gifts: knowledge, wisdom, understanding, temperance, prudence, justice, fortitude. These are the things that matter and pertain to life. That's going to lead to salvation. That's going to lead to us being protected when all hell breaks loose. So hold on to the progress that you've made. This is what am I thinking? What do I want? Ecclesiastes 7 and 10. When you read this, it's just giving you different points of wisdom. But verse 10 in the NLT, very short, it says, "Don't long for the good old days. This is not wise." Straightforward. Let's read that in the AMP. It says, "Do not say, why were the old days better than these? For it is not from wisdom that you ask about this. It's not from wisdom that you ask about this. It's from a very carnal perspective, right? And like it said in Philippians, you do certain things like this, and it proves that you're spiritually immature. And hey, you know what? We go through it every now and then. And that's why nothing is wrong with you recognizing it, acknowledging it, and then you asking the Lord to make you more spiritually mature. Ask him to allow you to outgrow that mindset where you're reflecting on what could have been, right? What should have been, things like that. Last precept. This is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 6, verse 37. And I'm ending off with this because this is telling us where our mind should be each and every single day. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. So our mind should be on the laws of the Lord, pleasing him, what he's commanded of us, what his will is, and of course, prophecy. You think about these things, and it's going to be that much easier to remain grateful in this ministry for the knowledge and wisdom that you have. So don't reflect on the so-called good old days. It's just a feeling, and it's really a carnal feeling. Remain spiritually mature and think about everything that's happened and how that's placed you where you are right now in this ministry, and be grateful for where you are, because we're all in a great situation to receive salvation. So, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Shalom.